Hi guys, I'm back again with another movie review. This time the movie is Exam. The guy at the video store, Jason, compared this to one movie. The moment he did, I knew I had to see it. The movie he compared it to is Cube, which is an all-time favorite of mine, which I will be reviewing soon. I'm going to watch it again to refresh my memory, even though I've seen it a dozen times and love it each and every time. But enough about Cube. Essentially, Exam is about 8 people who've been vying for a job. They have obviously been put through the ringer. They're at their final test. They go in, they sit down at desks. All the desks have are a piece of paper that says candidate 1 through 8, where they sit down, and a pencil. A man comes in, outlines the rules for them, and the rules are simple. If they try to talk to him, they're disqualified. If they try to talk to the guard who's at the door, they're disqualified. And if they try to leave the room, they're disqualified. He also says that if they defile the paper that they've been given, whether intentional or accidental, they're disqualified. He says there's only one question and one answer. And so he leaves the room, and they're left when the clock starts. He starts the clock. They've got an hour to figure it out. When the clock starts, I believe it's 80 minutes that they have, they quickly realize that there's no question on the paper. When they flip it over, there's nothing there. What happens next is a virtual cat and mouse game. People stabbing each other in the back, each of them questioning each other, a lot of distrust, a lot of doubt, people finding out what other people know about the job, about the person who owns the company, and so on and so forth. You can't really say too much, because really it's one of those films where it slowly unravels over time, just like a present that you slowly unwrap and then you see the bigger picture. It's the same with the Exam. The thing I found that was ingenious about the movie is that there's a plague that has taken over the world, and it causes people to go into convulsions, and then they soon die. So you quickly gather that the person that will get this job will work for this company, which has come up with the pharmaceutical to suppress the symptoms, and they think that there's something far more, that there's a new drug of some sort, which is why they're looking for a new applicant to work for the company. I found Exam to be very interesting. It certainly keeps you entertained from start to finish. You don't know who to trust, who to believe, and you honestly don't even know who you want to win, because each character has their own story that slowly is revealed over time. For example, you find out that, one of the persons actually has the affliction. You find out another one is a gambler. You find out another one is a psychiatrist, or psychologist, I'm sorry. You find out that another one has a lover who's afflicted with the disease. So as you go through, you find out each of them have their own purpose in this room, and there's a reason each of them want the job. Saying more than that would really spoil it. I know sometimes you don't like reviews where I don't go in depth and tell you everything, but really it's impossible to do that, because there's so much going on. Interrogating one another, doubting one another. Things get violent, things get crazy. And it's also ingenious, too, because when they do work together, they begin, looking for different sources to find the answer to the question. What if they cut out the lights? Some of the lights are halogen, but others are not. What if they wet the paper? Because, of course, I don't want to ruin it, but one of the first people immediately starts writing why I should get this job. The minute that she does that, she's escorted out of the room. She has failed the test, and they're left with her paper to experiment with. I would say if you enjoyed Cube, that you would enjoy Exam. It's very well acted, it's very well put together, and the ending of it ties everything in beautifully. I mean, it's a wonderful film. If you enjoy suspense and you love mystery and you love waiting to find out the big reveal at the end, I would highly recommend Exam. I'm going to go into my ratings for it, because really there's not much more to say. If you go see the trailer, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Sexuality is a 0. There is 0 sexuality in this film. You're not going to get this in Exam. Violence, there's a little bit of violence, but it's very minimal. I'm going to rate it a 3, because it's right on the midline. So there you go. Gore, there is not a lot of gore in here. I'm just going to give it a 1, because it's more of a suspense thriller. And my overall enjoyment of this, I really did enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 4 out of a 5. If you're into these kind of flicks, I highly recommend that you give it a shot. I got it at my video store, so I'm sure your video store carries it as well. It was a great departure from horror. I'm really glad that I watched it. I wanted to watch Aftermath Aftermath Genesis, but you know what? Sometimes it's nice to kind of step out of your box and go watch something else for a little while. As a matter of fact, we have Grown Ups, the comedy, waiting to be watched, so we may end up watching that tonight. I don't know, though. I'm kind of in a gore mood, so it may end up being Aftermath. So there's my review for Exam. I hope I can kind of sway you to go see it. And again, just after watching this, I was reminded of just how much I love Cube. So I will be reviewing this soon. If you've not seen Cube, it's one of my all-time sci-fi favorite movies. It's incredible. Brilliantly acted, unfolds, and people turning on each other. It's fantastic. So anyway, there's my review. Have a lot of stuff to do today, but hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with another review. I'm going to try to go by and leave some comments later this afternoon and check out some videos. So hope you all have a great week. Thanksgiving's upon us, so I hope you enjoy some time with your family, and I'm sure that I'll see you all soon via comment, message, or whatever else. Until then, take care, and I'll have another review coming for you shortly. All right, thanks for stopping by. Bye.